Okay, so in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how I want you to do your drop jumps. Okay, so we're going to analyze your drop jumps, and what a drop jump is, as it kind of says on the tin, you're going to drop off a box and then jump up as high and as fast as you can. Okay, so it's a very plyometric, very explosive exercise. All right. The reason why we're doing this is the drop jump has been linked to better sprint performance, change of direction performance, better punch performance, throw-in, all those things. Okay, so generally if you're an athlete, you're going to benefit from having a higher drop jump because that means that you are more reactive, you're more springy. Okay, so the first thing then, what we need to do is make sure you're fully warm to begin with. Okay, we want your ankles to be warm definitely, so your calves and all those things, so make sure you've done a full warm-up before this. The next thing is you're going to get yourself a 30 centimeter box, all right? So you may need to measure that using a tape measure or a ruler or whatever, but we need a 30 centimeter, okay? I don't want you to go too high or too low, make sure it's 30. Once you've got that, you're going to set up your camera like we spoke about in the previous video. So we need to make sure that it's on the ground with a rear-facing camera filmed in 60 frames per second and filmed individually, all right? Once you've done that and you've set it up in front so you can see your feet leave the ground and land, we're good to go. So when we do this drop jump then, what we're going to think about is stepping off. We're not jumping off, we're stepping off. We're going to think about trying to attack the ground really, really quickly. All right, so this is how it looks. And then we land, okay? So you'll notice that I try to be on the ground in as short time as possible. I don't want it to be long. I don't want it to be a thud. I want it to be super, super quick. It's definitely a little bit more ankle dominant of a jump, okay? So it needs to be quick. So if I show you again, we're gonna think about trying to sweep those arms at the same time, which is gonna, if you time it right, it's gonna make you quicker off the ground. So you're gonna think about, there we go. So jump quick and jump high, that is what we're after. It's a very technical jump as well, okay? So it may take you a little bit of time to get used to. So one of the things that we see quite commonly is that people will try and sink into it a little bit too much. And this is a little bit of a problem. You may feel like you'll jump higher when you sink into it more, but a drop jump, we're trying to test your reactive strength index, your RSI we call it. And your RSI is a relationship between your jump height, okay, so how high you jump, and your contact time, so how long you spend on the ground. We've got those two things. So in order to get a higher RSI, okay, so your ability to be super springy, we need both of those things. So there's no point in being super quick off the floor, but you're not jumping very high, or jumping very high, but you're really slow on the floor. It's always going to be that balancing act, okay? Ideally, we want both, but I will usually tell you, okay, that was great, we need the other one to be improved, okay? So that is your drop jump.